Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. How we doing? So today back in Blackpool we are staying at a hotel called Elite Hotel. I'm just parked around the corner now. I've got completely free parking for the night, which is a bonus. It's on a road in Blackpool called Withnell Road. It's in a pretty good location. Don't get me wrong, the area itself isn't like the richest, most expensive neighbourhood in the world, but in terms of location, you've got Wetherspoons at the end of the street, which doesn't sound amazing, but you've got multiple takeaways, multiple shops, quite a lot going on in the area, and you're only 30 seconds away from the beach. Price I paid tonight for a double room only, no breakfast, is £17.68. Let's go take a look. Okay, here we are. So just where that white building is over there, that is Withnell Road. So this is where I've parked, literally completely free parking. Got a bit of a Premier little shop here, and then you've also got this takeaway just at the end of the road here. I'm not telling you if these are good shops or not. Could be a zero hygiene rating for all I know, that takeaway, but they're literally just a 30-second walk from the hotel. So let's just head down this way and go and have a look. Worth noting, if you are watching this review, to potentially stay here, the actual road it's on, Withnell Road, is all permit parking, so don't get yourself a ticket. Okay, and that's us in the room. So, room number 16. The check-in was a little bit strange. There wasn't anyone at reception. There wasn't any bell. There also wasn't a number to call. I could hear some noises coming from the doors, so I just like awkwardly opened it. It felt like an office or something, so I didn't want to be nosy. I just shouted hello. But yeah, she was beyond friendly, very nice welcome, no issues at all. The hotel itself I know is quite new. I'm not sure exactly when it opened, but I believe it's only in like the last year. And you can also see areas around the hotel where it's currently being worked on. So yeah, fair play to them, it's actively being decorated. Not a bad thing. Don't see that often in these videos. Let's go and have a look around the room. Okay, here's your entrance. You do have a function lock on the door, which is always a nice feature in these videos. As well as a nice little chrome hook. Panning around to this side, you do have the storage area. Not quite a closet, but unfortunately we do have the black plastic hangers. I don't know why I don't like them. But yeah, a little table down there. It is giving me a little bit like IKEA vibes. I'm assuming they've actually... Yeah, not wrong. It is IKEA furniture. Nothing against that. When I'm paying £18 a night, I'm not exactly going to expect the most expensive furniture in the world. Worth noting, I always forget to mention, but the carpets are like pretty clean. That's good. Easiest way to tell you how clean they are on camera is to say I'd comfortably walk barefoot on the carpets. Got a radiator, which is not turned on, but it's not particularly cold in this room. Outside is absolutely freezing. You do have a little table with 2 chairs. A little bit of a mark on the chair. Also some kind of like crumbs. Not particularly sure what they are. Oh yeah, a few more on there unfortunately. Could do a bit of a hoover. Nice little table here if you're coming to do some work, I suppose. That's a pretty good work desk. Does have a couple of scores in it. How has someone even done that? I can't say I've ever gone to a hotel and managed to damage something. I just don't get what these people are doing. But there's a nice big dent into the unit. Looks like they've keyed it almost, which is fantastic for the hotel. Little bit of a random colour. We do have a dusty pink coloured lamp. You've got some superior quality tea, 3 coffee sticks and a couple of white sugars at the bottom. The kettle has a little bit of dust on top. Doesn't look particularly too bad. That's very random. Why is there a fork? I can actually see it's got water on it, so that has literally just been cleaned. But yeah, you don't really get forks. What is the purpose of the fork? Anyway, back to the kettle. Inside is a bit of water, which is always a concern. I hate when they leave water in kettles. However, it is pretty spotless inside, so fair play. And a couple of mugs as well. Looks like a nice designed mug for once. The TV does move, which is good, so we can check. Yeah, we do have some remains of dust. Not fantastic, not absolutely horrific. I mean, it's very easy to clean, so it is always disappointing. Oh, and they've got a cash converter sticker left on. They could have taken that off, but fair enough. So the colour scheme is definitely one of the reasons I picked this hotel to come and check out. Very, very rarely do you get a hotel at this price point and it's got some kind of interior design, some kind of decoration where it's like matching with the furniture and the colours. So I wanted to come see it in person and see what it was actually like. So we do have the blue chairs, off blue bed frame, and then also the blue accents around the room. So in complete fairness to them, they have genuinely put some detail into actually designing the rooms, which just shows a reasonably caring hotel owner. They're not just buying something, putting a new sign on the front and then putting it online. They've actually tried to refurbish the place. And it is reasonably well done. It's better than I would have done for sure, because they've done that technique where you put the strips of tape, like masking or painter's tape, then you paint the section and peel it. They have gone for that technique, so fair play to them, they've done a reasonably good job. It is, however, as you can see, getting a little bit scratched up. But yeah, hats off to them for actually having some kind of decoration, some kind of colour scheme in the room where things are reasonably match. The bed is also a pretty good size. Bed frame as well. There's a bit of a plush velvety. Oh, it's actually very nice. Softer than I thought it was going to be. You've got the diamonds, little gems effect in the end of the bed frame. The actual quilt cover itself looks spotless. Not a fan of these towels in the slightest. Before we do check out the bathroom, let me just say again, under £18, and we've got our own ensuite. I've got a shower, I've got a toilet, I've got a sink, so it's a pretty good deal for that price. I was trying to figure out why there was a design on there. That is the plastic covering they've left on, I guess, to protect it. It looks a little bit weird, so they could do peeling that off. But again, it just shows it's a bit of a newly refurbished hotel. The tiling lino effects, yeah, pretty spotless to be fair. There is like a little bit of a brown patch down here. Again, it looks brand new. It looks like they've just put it in, which is nice. However, what's not looking brand new is the shower area and the toilet. You can immediately see that's not brand new. Unfortunately, I'm seeing bits of mould, which is disappointing. Definitely not new. Definitely could be using a bit of a refurbish in the shower. But yeah, there are a couple of hairs just lingering down here. You can see the mould on the edges of it. Little brown patches. The sealant could definitely do with getting replaced. Over at the back on the wall, you do have some kind of marks down it, which I'm not keen to touch, but yeah, that isn't damaged, that just needs wiped off. You do have another hair over at the back over here, as well as you can see all down the sealant, are bits of mould as well. Unfortunately, it continues, there's more hairs at the back over here. The corner's not great as well. And then the actual base of the shower, you can see it's quite old obviously. It's got hairs all over it. 1, 2, 3. Alright, 3 hairs, fair enough. I thought there was going to be more, but no, 3 hairs isn't exactly fantastic. And then the actual drain itself is pretty gross looking. That's the unfortunate one. Oh god, and I've just noticed the shower curtain. That's not supposed to be yellow, is it? No, it's not. Because we can see it's going up the seams here in the corner. I genuinely trying to work out, is that supposed to be yellow at the bottom? But no, pretty disgusting. Which is a shame because the rest of it actually looks like genuinely brand new. All these tassels now looking brand new. As you can see, not looking particularly fantastic. Let's move on. We're looking pretty clean all around. Nice new looking toilet brush as well, we'll take that. Toilet seat, oh. Jesus, like that. Oh god, that stinks. Oh my god. That smells like straight urine. If you've watched these videos before, you know I'm not good with smells. Let's keep the toilet lid closed, as you saw it wasn't clean in there, and the toilet itself needs putting in a skip and getting a new one. Or just give it a damn good clean even. As you saw at the bottom, it just needs cleaned. I'm going to put my nose in my t-shirt and we'll have a quick look at it again. Yeah, not fantastic. Just all like the actual... Sorry, that looks stupid. That is bad, that genuinely stunk. Let's have a look over here. So yeah, little... the irony up there. They're completely bone dry empty. I wonder why I couldn't smell them. Inside here you've actually got a little storage cabinet. That's a nice little addition, I don't mind that. The mirror itself, as you can see, does have some streaks on. And yeah, little bits all over. Just could do a bit of a better wipe, nothing crazy. Could do with that bit of a clean up and some fresh sealing at the back. Let's have a look in here. Quite a big fan of this shoe. Oh! Just an absolutely massive hair dangling off the side. Just as I was complimenting the unit as well. Apart from the hair, it is a nice unit. Very nearly forgot the shower. Let's have a quick look at the shower. The actual shower head I can immediately see is not fantastic. The actual centre of it is perfectly fine, but all on the outside is just like grime and like mouldy dirt looking stuff. Stuff that you do not want on your shower head. I mean, yeah, I'm going to assume this is part of the old hotel they haven't managed to refurbish yet. Which, you know, should really be changed for guests coming in. But I'll give them a bit of the benefit of the doubt on it. Because you can kind of see where the new stuff is coming into play and the old stuff definitely isn't. Let's go back into a bit of a bed test. Just go and get rid of that fully, and then we can have a look at this mattress. No mattress protector. That is always a major downside. Definitely a few marks on it. Can see like a little bit of a... I'd say urine, but there's not enough there, so I'll put that down to being a sweat patch just on the edge. Then there's like a little bit of black, not sure what that is. Which is always why it's disappointing to not see a mattress protector, because this would literally have just been prevented. Definitely do with a bit of a protector on it, or, you know, one of those padding things to make it a bit comfier. Even just a quilt. The amount of hotels that I see literally just get another duvet and just put it in between the sheet and the mattress. That's perfectly acceptable, just do that even. Right, and that finishes off the room tour at the Elite Hotel in Blackpool. So definitely a few issues, cleanliness and parts, not fantastic. But in a general sense, the room is pretty solid. For the price, it is pretty good. The entrance was nice enough, good lighting, the doors on the front looked brand new, the sign looked pretty brand new. The woman who checked me in was perfectly friendly after I tracked her down. One bit of the carpet on the stairway up was unhooked from the, what they call carpet rods, where it like stabs in the carpet and holds them down. So I tried fixing that for them. I know there's a few issues, a few outdated things like the shower head, that's not acceptable. The shower base, not acceptable either. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt on this one, purely because I can see, like literally when I walked in, they were actively working on the hotel. It's a pretty big hotel to refurbish. I don't doubt it costs a lot of money to refurbish a building like this. So yeah, I'm not here to trample on anyone's business, come here and tell you something that's not. There was definitely the issues of the cleanliness in the bathroom, but as I said, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. This one, I can see they're actively refurbishing the place, which it wouldn't be the first time I've walked into a hotel, and the owners have literally been sat there watching TV or something like that, and then I go into the room and the room's disgusting filthy. Whereas the people here were literally working as I was walking in. So yeah, I'll put my full review on screen now. The location is fairly good, you've got free parking. Cleanliness wasn't completely up to scratch, definitely some issues to rectify, but for the price, less than £18 a night, is absolutely wild for this room. I'd say I definitely recommend this hotel. I hope we can get the issues sorted. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, comment what you thought. Would you stay at the Elite Hotel in Blackpool? And I'll see you very shortly. Goodbye.